Welcome to Curl Talk, everybody who is first time joining, our listeners who we've had before.
Yes.
We're really excited for this first episode. We have accomplished so much in such little time. I think that all of us here are worthwhile, and I feel like today we're just gonna kind of elaborate on that and give you guys kind of like a little party because we never really got to celebrate, and we love partying. We do love party. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's been happening lately, so we haven't had the opportunity to like really go out and turn up. So this is it. Here I have my lovely ladies that I love so much. We have Amiri and a banana. This is Kai, and we have Mango. All my lovely ladies are
This
here
is
with
Jazz.
me. Oh, don't forget. This is Jazz. This is me. Wow, can't believe that. Okay, I really love you guys a lot. So yeah, I guess we'll just kind of dive into like why we're doing this party for you guys and how much we really enjoy each other and love one another truly. Like I feel like all of us really have like a really deep, like and well-connected soul in some way. Like they're different for me. Like it's different wires. For each person. I'm like, that's literally how it is when I look at it.
It's a web of different entanglements, like different bonds, different connections every which way.
It does, and it all connects at one point.
We all go well together.
I think so too. We look good together. We melt together. We're
hard.
Hard.
Like High School Musical, we're all in this together.
Pussy
To the limit. Wait, that's not High School Musical, but that's a good ass. That is. Wait, for a second. No. For a second. Tell me why I was thinking of Jump In. That's what I thought.
That's Jump In.
That's not Jump In.
That's
is
not
Jump
High School
In.
Musical. Guys, Jump In or High School Musical?
Tell us.
It's Jump In.
It's Jump In.
It's Jump In.
It's fine. It's whatever.
It's okay because
I
Corbin
take that
Blue is in High School Musical.
Yeah.
Either way, it's a good song, so it is what it is.
We all busted out singing it, so that just shows you.
All of us.
Yikes.
Seriously.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe we made it this far.
I know.
I'm so happy for us.
This is
We're doing
episode
this.
5.
Episode 5.
5.
Our first video cast.
Yes.
Cheers to that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Cheers.
cheers.
Yes.
Yay.
All the way
Cheers,
around.
everybody. Thank you. Before we like really get into this, we do want to say like thank you for everybody who has even supported us this far, like in any way. Like even if you're not listening, but you're still pushing our stuff, or like you know us and you're supporting what we're doing, that means like the absolute world. And I feel like
100%.
I'm like, whatever that is. That part.
we're here for it.
Yes.
We're here for it.
We love the support in any way, shape, or form.
Yes, I really appreciate it. I agree. I feel like now that we're all together and doing this, it's like it really is just really eye-opening to see because I don't have a lot of other creative girlfriends. So like now I have you guys, and like this is a really big part of my life. You know me, I'm always crying, so it doesn't matter.
It's emotional. It's okay.
I am. It's
okay.
Libra quality that I have.
It's true.
It is a Libra quality that I
is.
have.
It
But
is
like,
for sure.
I love you guys a lot, and I feel like that's why we're having this episode, is to show everybody like how much we really do come together to make this happen, because it's a lot of hard work.
It is.
It's work.
We're not gonna show you
No, we're not perfect.
all.
We're really not. So, and that's why we need you guys to like to allow us to know like what it is that you guys want, so that we can see what's up. But we appreciate the feedback. Yes,
For sure. Always.
Yes.
So always.
And speaking of
it to us.
Yeah.
we need it.
We want more.
Help
us. We need us more.
Help us help you.
Good, bad, constructive.
All of
we
that.
take it.
Yeah, all of that.
For sure.
Anonymously too. We're not gonna come on here and say X, Y, and Z said so and so.
And that's why
Yeah.
we do appreciate the people who did send in some stuff for today's
Yes.
episode. So we are going to do a little Q&A later down the line. It's going to be about what you guys have sent in, different questions, and basically our perspectives on it. So today we decided to come up with a couple topics: love, romance, sex, and sexuality. So this one is going to be like nothing that we have ever really put out before. If you have listened to our other episodes. So yeah, I guess a question that always arises is like, who is your first like love? Like even if it's like a celebrity or like regular person, like did you guys ever have somebody that you'd be like, oh my god, I'm so in love with them, it's not even a joke, bro?
Most definitely. Oh my god, like that just brings back so many memories. And I'm just like, let's not think about that.
Stop it.
But it was cute. It was cute in a moment or whatever. It's like we still are friends or whatever. I'm not gonna name nobody because
Right.
you ain't that important.
She said
You lost the good one. Just know that.
Okay. Yes.
But
that's
yeah,
the truth. That's the
I feel like everybody has that one person, whether it's in elementary school or your first kiss or something that you'll always remember it, and it'll just always carry like a special part in your heart.
Always, yeah. Definitely. No matter what, it won't go away. For sure.
Something
I
like
think we
that
all have
crush.
that.
Yeah.
I know
That
I have
crush.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't cute though, so nobody liked me.
I
wasn't cute. I glowed up like after high school.
That's when they all start to like you, and you're like, but in high school when I was looking like this, you really weren't messing with them.
Right. So bye.
Period.
What
Only
changed?
now because I'm popping.
It's a little too late.
Right.
They're horny.
Right. Too little too late.
That's usually what it is.
Period. Especially in
Sure.
high school, like having a crush in high school was so hard for me because I was like, do I actually like you? Because you're kind of not what I'm looking for at all. But like,
Why
but I
kind
kinda
of
like
looking in high
you.
school?
Right.
Hard. Like,
It was hard though when you like have hella people who are in relationships and you're like, oh damn, like,
Right.
I
want that.
jump on
Right.
the
I might as well jump on the
bandwagon, like,
train.
damn.
Yeah.
I wish I was like that. I was the one that was like, ew. Like, do that shit somewhere else. I don't want to see that. I'm not. I like dating for me, like even all the way up to high school, like that's when I first had my first boyfriend
Okay.
and like actual relationship. But all the way up until that point, I was like,
No, yeah.
like I'm not the one, sis. Like,
Yeah.
it just wasn't happening.
That's crazy too when you look at it now, like all the people that we have encountered or like even just gone on a date with, you're like, dang, that person really played a part in like what I wanted as a person, because I've only been in 2 relationships, like that's it. I've had like little things with people, but I've never been in like a full-fledged relationship until like the past and then right now. So it's like I'm but also like I said, like people didn't like me in high school. Like, nobody liked me in high school or thought I was like worth taking out, and I was just like, oh, but now it's like seeing that, like it made me who I am now. So now I'm like, okay, I'm like, you know what? I'm happy with where like I'm at right now.
you a bad bitch.
So
We are all
we
that
all
bitches.
are. Yeah,
You are all that
let me
bitches.
say too,
All
like
of you.
I'm so happy everyone's curls are like out and shiny. Like they all look so good, and I was like, as I'm driving here, I'm like, I wonder if all the curls are gonna be out.
They're out.
We didn't have to
They're
say
out.
anything.
It just happened.
We didn't say one thing about it at all.
We already
Literally
knew.
at all. Yeah. What about you guys though? Like in high school, what's even though we talked about it last time, like
I'm not putting nobody on blast.
relationships, like what is, I guess, these are, you know what? We've tried, like, it's hard for us sometimes, like, to get things together, and like we didn't really plan on how this is gonna go, so like this is really raw shit that we're doing. And, like, we're awesome, but like we want to talk about it, but we're like,
It's such a touchy subject.
It is. I
You don't know where
like,
to start.
That's the thing.
don't.
That's the
I
thing.
really
Like,
don't know
where
where
do
to
you
start.
start?
Just jump in.
From the beginning, but what
Just
Should we start with a question? Should I start with a question?
Yeah, sure.
Let me just look up one question and see, because maybe.
And we appreciate the questions.
Absolutely.
We're asking.
Fine, you owe me. I owe you a drink. Fine, because we literally said at the same time.
Jinx at the same
We were
time.
about to Jinx, and I stopped because I just was
It's a tie.
laughing too hard. Yeah.
You both win.
Okay.
I'll owe you half a drink. You owe me half a drink.
Fucking
Okay.
winner opinion.
All right. This was, first of all, that was like, I had no problem looking at this question.
Diversion.
They got it. So we actually got a couple different questions about like goals and having people, like, or having somebody that you're in a relationship with. So somebody did submit, and she just said, I have trouble staying on track with goals and going for things I want to do out of fear of people. And then also somebody said, is sex and love also associated with goals and dreams that are shared between the two?
That's great. That's a good one.
Yeah.
So is she like in a relationship? Is that what that
That's
is?
what I'm going to assume. Because she's talking about sex and love and goals.
Right.
Personally, what I would say is when you're with someone and you guys have these established goals together, it like makes it much more intense and more established. So it's like, you know, you're doing all this together, and like, for example, you're going on a little trip and you're going on an adventure and it's amazing, and you know, you're gonna go back to your hotel room and you know what the fuck is going on.
You already know what it is.
I'm coming for that ass. Because today's been so amazing. We did all of this stuff together, and it's come to this time.
It's definitely not going to just end there. But
Exactly.
We all know
it's
this.
going on.
It's gonna keep going on.
Going on.
Just what the guy said, so we'll keep
Right.
that too.
Okay.
we know.
I
We
think
catch
that's
on.
really
Catch on
good.
quick.
It does go hand in hand, honestly. It
does.
really does go hand in hand. It goes.
Yeah.
I think to kind of piggyback on like the other end of that, like should it be a part of like your goals? What was it? What was goals and what?
Goals
And dreams?
Yes.
I feel like yes, because some people have sexual goals.
Yeah.
Some people have some goals
Yeah,
that they
that's
are
true.
trying to accomplish
Absolutely.
sexually,
That's true.
and they want to know, is this gonna work? Are you gonna help me achieve those
Right.
goals, or are you gonna be in the way?
Right, right.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
That's like, honestly, I mean, guys say that all the time. Like, that's basically what guys are doing. Like, girls are not really, like, we don't get the green flag to just talk about this, like, all the time.
Right.
And, like, I don't know why, because
Women are
equality,
it's taboo.
perhaps.
Yeah.
Where's
It's
it
taboo.
at? Yeah,
it's
like,
taboo.
But it's seen differently when you see a woman being open with her like
Right.
sexuality
Yeah.
as opposed to a guy, because guys are just already out there naturally.
Yeah, exactly.
So when a woman, because women are naturally more timid about this stuff, when a woman is not so timid, people are like, hold on now,
What's
Right.
happening?
what's
right
happening right there?
Right.
Yeah.
They're like, ooh, she's wild.
Right. Oh, she's wild.
Like,
It's like a
no,
little much,
I'm
right?
not.
She's-
yeah,
like that's
she's a
how it
little more
comes
this.
off of. But it shouldn't. I feel like it shouldn't have to be
It
that
shouldn't.
way. Like that's how society has brought up women for so long.
Yeah.
Like I feel it's so double standard. Like nowadays, I know with the generation we're in, we do teach women nowadays to be more proud of who you are
Right.
and what
Yep.
we do, and you know, strut your stuff, be who you are. Who
Yeah.
cares what anybody else has to say, honestly?
Exactly.
Because the only thing that matters at the end of the day is that it's just you. It's you just at the
Yeah.
end of the day. Are you happy? Are you good? Are you okay? Because nobody else is going to care about how you feel
That's
except
true.
for yourself.
That's
Exactly. Or
So-
more than yourself.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
to piggyback for that question, I think it's important, like Mango said, to have those like sexual goals, but I also think it's
Yeah.
important as a couple to have goals together and then know
Yeah.
what his goals are, what her goals are, and work on helping each other achieve each other's
Yeah.
goals.
Right.
And I think that will also almost improve the sexual portion of it.
Right.
Because if you achieve that goal, then and your partner helps you achieve that goal, it's almost like, hey, like I did it and you helped me, and vice versa. And then
Yeah.
if you guys have goals together and you both do it, I feel that it's like a celebration for you
Yeah.
guys, you know, like, and then the sexuality portion of it just kind of
It's like
comes out,
It
brings
should
it
be
out.
natural though
Yeah.
too. Like you shouldn't have to force it. You know, like having like somebody that you actually care about and who does help you with those goals is only gonna make you more stronger, and it's only gonna like make you a better woman, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's like even that anything that doesn't pertain to sex, like somebody who is gonna help you accomplish your freaking grocery list. Like
Right.
boom.
Listen.
Boom, you're there.
Done.
You wanna get a new book? Okay, he's gonna help you out. Like that's what it's all about, and I feel like having somebody who does support your goals and dreams, it's like it's very important. It's the same as like having your family like support your decisions, you know?
It's sexy.
it is, fellas.
It
It is sexy when you
As
have
fuck.
goals and aspirations and you try to do stuff. You try to get that money. You try to have your own house. You're trying to have all your own stuff. Like, and you're gonna help me build.
Yup.
We're gonna help each other build. Listen.
Yes.
Listen.
That's literally where it's at.
Teach me something.
Teach me
something, because
and I will teach you.
if you can teach me something new, baby boy, that is mental stimulation. That is a stimulation that not everybody gets, because these people is dumb.
Right.
And if you show me you're not, then thank you.
Right? Like blow my mind. Let me
Yes.
say wow.
Yes.
All caps, like
Exclamation point, the
Whoa.
slammy effect, that's what I'm
I want multiple W's in that bitch. Okay?
I hella
I need a
Wow.
good wow.
Like this. Like wow. Wow.
Stop.
Okay, so I guess
Exactly like that. Exactly like that.
you accepted us, you claimed a
too late.
I was looking at myself like, why do I have friends? How? What?
Because we're all the same. We're
Yeah,
literally
we really are.
all the same all the time. So like I guess that goes into like being, well, yeah, it kind of does. It does. It's like, because you said like men and having like a man. Like we only talk about right now like men, but like this comes into the question that also somebody asked me. So that's what I'm gonna like bring up since that's what's here and we have it. And I thought about it like the Q&A is cool, but now that we're flowing, like I'm gonna lead in with some questions too. So that'll make it a lot more comfortable for us because like I said before, you guys shame us for talking about this shit all the time. So we're a little nervous out here. We don't like, you know, we're trying to be ourselves.
Yep.
We're just trying to have a good time. But that leads into a question of, is every girl bi-curious? Like, is every girl interested in trying something aside from men? Or like, are some girls not like that? Because I know guys who are telling me like, I've never met one girl who like doesn't want to try something else with somebody that's not a man.
I think.
Okay, talking stick. Here we go.
We have a talking.
We do. This is our talking
Look at it, it's
stick.
beautiful.
It is
Close
beautiful.
up.
I made that shit.
And it goes with my nails, you know?
Soon to be filled with aspiration.
Yes.
We have a talking.
I am that woman. I am that one woman, that one lady that does not fuck with that shit. I am strictly motherfucking dickly. I want all of it. That's it. Nothing different.
I have to
Nothing.
agree with
Nope.
you. I have to agree
No.
with you.
No, sir. No,
100%.
sir. No, sir.
You need to pass that
No,
on.
sir.
You got someone itching. You got someone itching here. Yeah, I agree with that. 100%.
To answer the question, I do not believe, and you proved it just now, not every single woman is bi-curious.
Agree.
Right.
Does every single woman have tendencies that can be considered bi-curious? Yes. Because I know damn well we all look at each other and we're like, damn, that ass looks bomb in them jeans, girl. And if I had it, it would be amazing.
First of all, bitch, you look good all the time. So I'm gonna fucking look at you.
Right.
That doesn't mean I wanna fuck you. That does not mean I wanna fuck you.
No, which is what I'm saying. Which is what I'm saying. So no, you're not bi-curious, but you have tendencies that people would say would make you bi-curious.
No, that's facts because the other question like that ties into this was like, why do girls always dance on each other at parties? Like,
Because we don't make each other uncomfortable when the man is staring at you across the room, looking at you up and down, and like
you're
rubbing
snapped,
against your
I don't want a
skin
homie to
and
be
shit,
like, like no, don't be like, you know how it's gonna go after that. Like sometimes you're lucky, but majority of the time you're not, because homegirl's gonna turn around, look at her other girl, and be like,
Yes.
Right,
We've done it.
right.
We've literally
We do it
done
every
it in
time.
public.
No,
If
yeah,
I'm
every
feeling
time.
uncomfortable, I'd be looking at Mango and I'm like, yo,
Nah.
And I'm like,
right
I
here.
won't do this.
Nah,
interfere.
no.
Yeah.
Straight up no. If you walk up to a group of girls and you see the friends are already telling you no, it's a sign.
Just walk away.
She don't want it.
Walk
She
away.
don't want it.
Don't waste your time.
We
Don't
guys
waste your
like,
time.
what do you?
We do.
We having a pack. Yo, it's wolves. Her to five.
5-pack.
kittens. We're a pack of kittens.
5-pack.
Can't get
Dead,
angry if
I'm
you want
dead,
to.
I'm dead, I'm dead.
So I just want to add to the question that we had with,
Prior.
you know,
Yes.
like sexuality
Yes.
and your bi-curious la
Okay,
So
we're getting into
I personally don't mind saying like I've tried it out just to see, you know,
Yeah.
because I personally feel like you don't know
Until you know. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying.
So how
That's
you
what
gonna
I'm
really
saying.
know if you don't try?
That's what I'm
Fair.
saying.
It's
So
just-
me personally, I decided to do that experience and see what it's like to know what I really like. So I know what I really like, which is men. I like men.
You're so funny.
But that's all I can say is like I just feel like you gotta know, you gotta really know, and it doesn't hurt to try. There's nothing
Right.
wrong with that. Who cares about whatever else the world has to say?
That's right.
Really?
You want to kiss a girl, you kiss a girl. You want to kiss a guy, you kiss a guy.
Now that's
Do
not
you
to say
like
I
it?
haven't.
Okay.
Yes
Whoa.
or no? Wait a minute.
Pause. Wait. I'm gonna say my answer and then we're gonna get into this because I would like to hear this also.
Oh.
Well, if you're comfortable saying it, you know.
I mean, I
But
have kissed a girl. I haven't like done
other stuff.
other stuff, but that's my max, and it was just I was drunk, duh.
It was.
You know, so you know, duh. But it wasn't like I'm gonna go do that again. Like
You
no.
tried it. You
You were
didn't
just
like.
like I'm down.
It's like
Yeah,
that's the same
exactly.
thing.
I was
Like
just
yeah,
like just to
it
see
is
what it's like.
Yeah, it is what it is. Like
Doesn't hurt to try.
I feel like yeah. yeah, exactly. Basically, like, if you want to try it, then try it. If you like are scared to try it, like, there's probably tons of other people that are in the same boat. You know, like, there are some people who have tried it, but like maybe they haven't tried it the way like they wanted to, and now it's like it's different, and you need to try it this time. Like, I feel like I'm never really like open to talking about this kind of stuff. Like, it's kind of new for me. Like, everyone just knows like I've always had crushes on boys and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, have I been curious? Like, I think everyone is at some point, just like a little, even if you're little. But like, I think that's how you
like
said.
second guess yourself.
Right. It's like, how do I know if I don't try? And so it's like, maybe one day the opportunity will come. Am I gonna say no? Am I gonna say yes? I really don't know. But like, you have that privilege to try because that's what you want to do.
It doesn't hurt to try.
And anybody who says anything different, like, screw them for one.
Get out of each other's bedrooms.
Yeah.
If you're not in their
We
bed,
had this conversation.
if you're not
We had
in
this
their bed,
conversation.
then it should not matter to you what tickles their pickle.
It's none of your business.
It really isn't.
Don't be tickling
Yes.
pickles.
Facts.
I love me some pickles. Do not tickle.
Okay, but this also goes into a question of which we did get, which I thought this was a great question. Do you think it's possible to be in love with more than one person at a time?
Absolutely.
So my thing I'm gonna say is like, if you put yourself in that situation, of course, I totally think so. If you're the type of person where you have multiple people, like, that's totally a possibility to like be in love with multiple people. But it's also a possibility where if you're not putting yourself in that situation, you're only gonna love one person if that's how you feel about it, right? Like, for me, you won't see me being in love with multiple people. Like, I'm gonna be in love with one person. That's my ride or die. That's it. But I do know people that where it's like, of course. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If that's how you are, that's how you are. Hey, do you be happy?
Do you be
We got
happy?
so much to talk about.
Yeah.
about.
I agree to an extent because I feel like there are situations where a person maybe it's not in their control, right? So, for example, let's say, you know, husband and wife, newly married, hella happy, something happens to either or party, they're still in love with that person. They were taken abruptly. That love is not gonna just die or go away easily, right? Now, let's say they do meet somebody else. Maybe they still have love for this person. Maybe they're not as strongly, deeply in love, but you still are loving two people.
It's just that care, like, because you once cared for them before, so it's like, even though you don't want to sometimes, it's like the little portion. And for people who are in relationships and people who have experienced that too, like, that doesn't mean that other person is going to leave you for that person. Like, it could, but it doesn't always happen like that. And like, people need to start normalizing that, because I feel like that's something in relationships especially that can get kind of tricky. Like, especially just with any situation that you have, or like being in a new relationship.
Yeah. I think if it happens though, like, verbalize it. Like, if you are in that
You have
situation, you need to tell that person that you've been loyal to that, like, yo, my heart is also somewhere else, because then that's where the line of like, that's not right.
Just so that other
happens.
person knows too, you know.
Right.
It's like
They need to be able to decide for themselves. That's my biggest thing. If you lie to me, you're taking my decision from me. I don't get to choose whether or not I'm okay with what you're doing. You chose for me by not telling me.
it's like that
That's
benefit
facts.
of the doubt. Like,
Exactly.
always give that benefit of the doubt.
You don't know.
Don't ever.
You don't know if it could go your way. Speak up. Maybe it can.
I'm not laughing at anything that we're saying. I'm laughing because of this question. It's like, why do girls act like they don't want sex as bad as men do?
We do.
First of all,
We're taught.
we do. We're taught.
That's
Society
true.
Don't act like it if we don't want you.
That's true. That's also true.
That part.
Let's
But I do know
will
some
know.
girls who are ashamed of like how much they want sex. They won't be
That's
like,
how
I
society
want
makes
sex.
us. That's how
Exactly.
society does not want
So
us
it
to be
seems
proud.
like we're all
of
just
what
boiling down to society. If it could stop being so fucked up, that would be great.
Right.
because-
Change the culture.
Mind your fucking business.
Right.
Mind your business.
How about that?
About your business. Go about your business.
Girls
Don't
enjoy
be
sex as much as men.
Like,
maybe more.
Maybe
I
more.
think girls enjoy sex way more. Like, sex is
'cause we
like
feel
it.
Yeah.
Like,
It's very healthy, like how you said. So if you listen to
Oh, you got that.
if you listen to the end end of our last episode, Anna says like sex is very healthy to have in a relationship. Like
is.
without having that intimacy with somebody, you do need it. You do need it. We all do shit. But it's like it's a need and it's a want. Like in order to have a healthy long-term relationship, like you have to have that, and like you have to make sure that you're comfortable with that person, or else it's not gonna work out at all.
Have
like,
fun with it.
Enjoy each other and like. But
there's
not okay.
I'm like maybe you don't have to have it, because in my personal opinion, yes I do, right?
You do.
I do. Me, I do. Okay, I don't know about anybody else, but yes.
Yeah.
Okay. But I was just thinking as you were talking, like there's people who choose to be abstinent.
That's
during
true.
their
That's
relationships.
That is
and
true.
they focus more on like the emotional aspect of their relationships, and some of it works.
That's like
now it's not for me. I couldn't see it working with
But that's
me.
very true.
But that's
But
like
it
how,
works for some people.
that's how like waiting for sex in marriage, like once you get married, that's when you can. Like I feel like that's also like
that's hard.
It is hard because it's like how do you know? Yeah, if you don't know, you know?
Exactly.
And like the only way to really know somebody is low key like sex. And it
Literally.
plays a big
It's
part
that
in like
connection.
like,
exactly.
It's so special.
It is.
It's intimate.
Actually,
really
like,
intimate.
little fun fact, I'm gonna be kind of vulnerable here. I grew up in a Christian school, right? Like, and so we were actually taught to wait to have sex for marriage, and there's like a purity ring. And I'm gonna be real with y'all, like your girl got one. Okay, I got one because I was like, at the time, I was like, yeah, of course, like, I'm gonna wait for the right person, like, I'm gonna make sure before we have sex. And then as I just got older and I went outside of that bubble, not that I think there's anything wrong with that, but like for me as a person, I was like, I realized like I can't wait to what? Like exactly like what you said, like how are you really supposed to know
Your
if y'all
hormones start
mesh well?
flowing up and you're starting to become a young woman.
You're like, ooh, I like this.
Yeah, no, and so, and you know how I knew? Funny story, I went to the beach and I had the ring on. I was in the ocean. That shit was gone. That shit fell off on its own.
It
I
was
said,
meant to be.
my purity ring is gone. And I'm like, okay.
Next chapter. We out.
I was like, oh shit, like, okay. But like, I have friends who actually still have it, and I respect that because they believe in that, and I love that. If you stay by that, like, I'm a woman of words, so like, if you believe that, all for you. I love you. You're great. Me personally, though, once that shit went in the ocean, I was like,
That was a sign.
Okay, no, that was a sign you needed, and you were like, okay, now this is my time. I'm shining from this point forward.
But like a thing that all the women out there need to know is that that's okay. It's not like there's no manual to this shit. There's no book. There's no nothing. Like you have to do what you feel is right for yourself.
Exactly.
If it's not right for yourself, don't do it.
You'll
Don't
learn.
care about anybody else and their opinions. Fuck them.
You come
Worry
first.
about you.
Always.
That's it.
okay.
That's the only way. That's
And,
the only
like-
way you're gonna learn.
And when you're intimate with somebody, it's like you are getting that deep spiritual connection with another person.
It's different.
You get it's just different. Like if you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
That's true.
That part.
That
is
is
by
true.
experience. You learn by experience.
And even if you feel like you know, and you know something happens, then you know there's another time. Like it happens. Learn from your experience.
And it's every time it's not good. I'm like low key, like every time, like not right now. Honestly, right now I'm chill. Like, I'm in a cool place right now, but I'm like in the past, like not everybody's experience is good, you know.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
true.
like
That's true.
that's why some people probably believe in that, and like that's totally understandable because like your body is literally a temple. Like
It is.
you have to choose.
Because your body is a
Yeah,
temple.
you
You
have
really
to
have to
choose.
choose who you're going to be exchanging that energy with. Because at the end of the day, that's energy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Big on vibes, big on energy
Yes,
over
we
here.
know. Yes.
I'm not exchanging energy and vibes with just anyone. Like it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So
You're special if you.
right.
if there's a connection, I'm letting you.
That's true.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I'm sharing myself with you.
Right.
That's
It's a
to
big deal.
understand how
Huge.
important I take this. Because
Yes,
I don't
yes.
share myself
anybody.
with
Right.
anybody.
Just
We're all-
anybody. Just anybody. No.
Just anybody. Yeah.
So
There's
if
a
I
selection.
shared that, yeah, you better be feeling special because
Right.
You are
stay free.
motherfucking special.
Right.
That part.
Talking to nobody. I don't give people the time of day.
Okay.
People from high school know. They know.
Bro,
watch
all
it,
of
you
us
know.
are like people from high school. You fucked up. Like
You did.
basically,
Bad. You did.
fucked up.
Bad.
You really did.
None of us like anybody.
I mean,
from
look at
high
us.
school.
Look at us.
And if we do like you, you know who you are because there's not many of them.
There's a
That's
select few.
true.
That's still me.
That's
So
true.
this goes into the question then, like, do you prefer long sessions or quickies?
Ooh.
It depends.
Depends.
I like them both.
I like them both.
Okay,
to
both.
Be honest.
Both or what?
Both.
Pick.
Both. I
3.
can't both.
Both.
I can't both.
Both.
I'm also both. I would have to say.
Oh, but
Pause.
She was telling me to pick them since I'm also both.
No. I was telling you to go so you could hurry your speed challenge.
I'm like
Okay,
both,
go.
but like I'm such a lover that I
Yeah.
just love
Yeah.
long sessions. But like I like quickies too. Don't get me wrong, but like long sessions.
If I
are
had
just,
to
like,
choose, it would be probably like where we have the most time. Like
long
that's
sessions.
yeah.
Of
Yeah.
course, intimate. It's more.
You
Yeah.
I'm gonna take both.
I don't know.
though.
I like a rambunctious, like, let's do this right here, right now type of. I got 5 minutes before this has to go down. Like, okay.
I'm cool with that too, though.
Exactly.
That's why
why
I'm like both.
I'm
That's
all
what I-
about it.
I will take
Okay,
whatever
wait.
I can get.
We need one more
Amir
answer.
looking over
Yes?
here like she want to say
Amiri.
something.
Got to choose. 5 seconds.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm bad.
I love me them long sessions.
Yes.
Listen.
Yes.
Me? Me? I can go all day and all night. Don't play with me.
Got
Don't
that
play with me
part.
right now. I do not like short sessions. It's not enough for your girl. It is not enough.
Yeah. Like
I have a busy life.
Those are
I
facts.
work hard every single day. So when I get the chance,
It's gotta go.
it's gonna be all night. That's it.
All
I think someone
night
spoke.
long. Yes. All night long.
I'm putting this on there.
Yes.
You guys know I'm fucking putting this on.
I know.
Okay, so does okay. All right, ready?
Okay.
My phone jumped off. I need for a second. Okay.
I see the question.
Yes.
Does getting your hair pulled actually do anything for you?
I want to say something about this first
Yes.
because I actually like looked it up. So back in the day, like long time ago, caveman time era,
Damn.
cavemen when they are with women, they literally pull their hair, drag their ass into the cave, and do the do.
Kai's always
So
got
for
facts.
some weird
History facts,
reason,
always.
I know I just like to
Professor
out of
Kai.
all things,
Professor
Kai.
but out of all
always.
things, I really had to look this up.
Like,
But-
literally.
Long story short is that is how they did it for the longest time. Through the whole time, women are so used to getting their hair pulled, and I guess getting your hair pulled is connected to having sex.
Right.
So I feel like
we come from them. Like
yeah, that's how it was before. So I guess now it's totally normal if some people like it and some people don't.
Yeah.
But also, don't do it like the cavemen did it. If you're
Right,
gonna pull my
right,
hair,
right, right.
if you're gonna pull my hair,
Don't
you
rip it
better you better have an approach, okay?
Right.
We like it a certain type of way. Don't
Yeah.
just be yanking.
Don't
at the
be
top.
yanking,
Don't be
yeah.
yanking at the top.
Not
Girls, like I got curls. Don't squish my shit, bitch. Like, that's not okay.
Don't take it apart. Like
Right,
don't take it
right.
apart.
Don't run your
Like,
fingers through the curls trying to.
It's like you
pull
just
on
go
it.
to like the scalp and you just gently, just a gentle.
You don't. Yeah, you don't
gentle
gotta do
touch.
much.
I feel like it's gonna be
Gentle touch.
different every person, but
But I love that shit.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
where it's at.
I like
Okay,
that shit.
I like it too. I
love
think it like it low key does enhance a little bit.
It
I feel
does.
like,
It does. Yeah.
What about you, Mary?
Amiri, that's a yes. Look at her face. That's a yes. Are you kidding me? You asked the question, she went,
Her smile.
that means yes. Okay? That's a
She is.
yes. I don't even have to, you don't even have to say anything.
No.
Am I right or am I right? Am I right?
You know.
bitch.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of dirty bitch, read that next question.
Okay. This one is intense. This one's intense. Okay. Thoughts on sex during the time of the month?
I've never done it, so I don't know.
I have.
Tell us, enlighten
so-
me. What should I do?
first and
Put a
foremost,
towel down.
Set a towel down. Unless you're doing it in the shower, in which case, obviously,
Okay.
ladies know how to work with the water, right?
Self-explanatory.
But I feel like first and foremost, you gotta be comfortable with the person.
Absolutely.
You gotta be comfortable with yourself because
Right.
you know what's going on down there as a woman.
And that person needs
And
to
that
be
person needs to be
too.
comfortable as well.
Right.
So if the comfortability is there, shit, do the do, because you know when you're on your days, you want that shit. You're not
That's
gonna
what you want
do
the most.
otherwise.
That's what you want the
Exactly.
most.
And
Anytime
it goes
anytime we're like it's that time of the month, that's when the hormones are out and
Yes.
ready, bro.
It's our
Like,
body. Our
literally.
body's like, you need to have a kid.
Right,
So you
right,
need to do
right,
this.
Right.
And I'm gonna do everything in its power to make you feel like you need to, bro.
But yeah, I've done it, and I think that's what's really important is that other person you're with when they're comfortable with you it like takes it to a whole different level because once they're comfortable with you, not to make it sound so yuck, but like period is just like mood, bruh. Like,
Really?
It really,
I was
really
gonna
does.
say,
It's
so
just
like, is
moist,
it really
it's
better?
more
You know,
stuff
it's
down
wet.
there.
Do you
It's
think
already
it's better though than sex when you're not?
Well,
that time of
your
the month?
hormones are heightened.
Okay.
Your hormones are heightened.
Okay.
You're more sensitive. I don't know if you've noticed, but you are more sensitive.
This is true.
And there's more fluids going on down there, so
So
it makes shit slip
yeah,
inside
the
easier,
feel-
even if it didn't already.
The feel is like it's
glue.
not the same, but it is the same at the same time. But I've also heard and have been knowledgeable that
Okay.
they help your cramps.
Yep,
your
they
period
do.
cramps.
Don't
Like,
tell me that.
No,
They
no,
do.
when you,
She
if you
said,
do,
oh, no.
it's like if you do while you're on it,
does.
then it really does. Like it hurts for a little bit, and then after that, it's
It'll be
just,
just
like,
okay.
gone. Yeah.
Okay.
Because
But
it's like your
so many people
muscles
have
told me that.
Your
though.
muscles are cramping so bad. Your muscles are literally squeezing the fadoodle out
And
of
like
you.
for men, especially who don't have knowledge on like what a woman's body is,
Educate yourself.
Right, please.
Because that's all you're ever dealing
You
with.
shouldn't be
period?
fucking if you don't know about a period.
No.
I'm sorry.
No,
Period.
period.
Point blank. Period.
Hun.
If you don't know about
Hun.
a period,
For days.
you should not be fucking
No,
me.
dead ass, like dead ass. That's the main
Duh.
point too.
You don't know about my vagina. Why would you get into it? I'm confused.
If you
Tell
don't
a vagina.
if you don't understand, then you need to be a little bit more knowledgeable and have also like a lot of sympathy for your women or whoever it is that
Yes.
you're going to be involved with, because my periods personally are horrible. Like I have the worst cramps ever when it comes
Same.
to periods, and it's like my body is in so much pain that I literally cannot move. So it's
Same.
like periods are not just like ew, it's literally your body like crushing you inside.
Literally.
And like being upset that you don't have a child, and like
Yep,
that's
that's exactly what it is.
That's
That's
like
exactly
it's
what
like
it is.
fuck. So
It's punishment to a woman for not getting pregnant the month before.
So I guess
Disrespectful. Motherfucking respectful.
what do they do it? Why
didn't ask
why is it not fake?
Yeah.
We do so much.
So men, if you
So
got a
much
girl and she's
good.
on her period, make her feel
Take care
10
of her.
times more
Yeah, you
special.
know,
Because
I'm
that
gonna
shit
give you-
is not easy.
I'm gonna give you the take care of your girlfriend on your period starter
We're
pack.
gonna
Yes.
give it to you.
Tea,
Chocolate.
some type of her favorite food,
Chocolate.
warm blankets or heating pad,
Yes.
and just give her some extra TLC and
Massages
be extra
are
nice.
good.
Loving.
Okay?
Give her more loving.
Do
Cuddle
that,
on
and
her.
I guarantee you your life is going to
Cuddle on
expand.
her.
Back
Be
rubs.
nicer.
Go to the store.
I love cuddling.
Yes.
Yes.
Go to the store, buy whatever she uses, i.e. tampons, i.e. pads, whatever she uses. Go buy that shit, bring it to her in the little starter pack, and you'll be good. to
You know
go.
what's
She
crazy?
will love the fuck out of you.
Absolutely. 100%.
I've only done it at like the end of my periods, so it's nothing. Ain't nothing crazy. Like
Same.
nobody
Same.
realizes
Same.
they're doing
Same.
it.
Right,
Same.
exactly.
They don't realize
Yes.
it.
And if it's
Idiots.
and if it's like
Fuckers.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But even if they do, like, if your person likes you that much, like they'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
I understand.
Right.
type
If
shit.
they a freak,
Yes.
down.
Ooh.
That's
Period.
not for me.
We love that.
Period.
Yep.
But
Period.
aside from that, though, like personally for me, that week is a week to take a break. Not saying I need a break from sex, because I never need a break.
Okay.
Let's get that straight. But the break of not being that intimate with your person for a week, you guys get more intimate during that
Yup.
time. So when it's time for me to get off,
Right. That's when
Game
you've been
over.
waiting. You've been waiting this whole
Game
time.
over.
I've been waiting.
When you build the tension up.
that's when you make it fall in love with you, you know?
Have you hit on the first date? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Hell no.
Oh.
I have.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes, sir.
I feel like it's very normal for most. If not, that's okay. That's okay.
Right, yeah.
But if you get to that point where you're like, I'm at a date with you, like,
If you're that
we've been talking.
Yeah.
I understand, you know, who you are as a person to some extent. I know what you look like.
If you're that, if
Let's get
if
it,
it's
like-
comfortable enough to let it go there,
Let it
then
go there.
it's probably gonna go there.
But if
Hit and
you've been
split.
if you've been talking for some time and getting to know each other, why are you only at date one?
Some people take some time before they go out and actually like go out with somebody. Some people like to get to know who it is that they're gonna be picked up by, who it is that they're picking up.
That's a different thing.
Before going out.
People do robberies on other people on first dates, bro. I am not gonna get murdered just because you look cute and you might be nice.
But you got a point though. I didn't think of it in that way. But if that's the case, then sure. If the time presents itself and we're on the same page, like we've been talking for 2 months and now we just went on our first date, like
That's
we need to see what's
different.
up. We
I
need to
mean,
see what's
like,
up.
first
but like
time-
first
I mean,
time,
like,
first
first date,
time,
yeah.
like
First date.
What if? Okay, because like for me, it was like we weren't like talking like that before the date, but like we were friends, I guess, so to speak. Like not to a point where like we knew each other's history and all that stuff, but like we knew of each other. We talked for a little bit, and then we went on our first date. So it wasn't like that for it was like months. But it was also like our first date, and we kind of barely
Like your
just
first
kinda-
time being in that type of setting,
Right,
like
right.
you
Yeah.
like that person.
That's pretty much
It was
what it
just
is. Like you could
comfortable, I
talk,
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you could talk, you could not talk, but your first time ever actually interacting with this person, did you hit it?
Aside from that, like just to go on this is actually a question that I had last time, but none of us really answered it. I don't think. It was like, what was your favorite date, or like what was your best date that you've been on?
I think we gave like some type of answers to it because I was just listening to it, but we didn't like say like this was my best date.
Like
I don't
what?
think I
like
have one yet.
Like what
I
was
don't
the
either.
date? Like what did you guys do? Like
Right.
what do you remember? Like what was the one time where you went out with somebody and you like were like, damn, like this is really cool and like this is a real ass date that I'm on right now.
I think we talked about like our first dates.
Yeah, but we didn't say like our favorite date
we-
and like what we did.
We
I don't have one.
She shared her experience, but like I think because we haven't. I know you.
Oh, you guys didn't have like
we didn't really have like
dates.
Yeah.
I didn't
Did you?
really. I mean, one to be like, I've been on cool dates. Not to say that they've been bad, but not to be like, oh, that was such a good
Right.
date. Like
Wow.
going to a house.
I'm
is
like
that,
crying because I
considered,
feel like
a
I have
date?
like
Depends what you do.
have hella to pour out. I'm like I even on like hella cute dates and I'm like oh
That's
my
good.
life, but it's like damn. Now I'm sad though because I'm like why my girls not getting no cute dates? Why like what's happening?
That shit, fellas. Fix that
I've
shit.
been on dates, but I feel like there hasn't been like a
Same.
top
Like one that
tier
stands
date,
out,
you know,
see.
like,
Right. They're just
there's
cool
nothing
dates.
I could bring to the top of my mind. I could talk about dates that I've been on, but there wasn't that one that just stood out.
Right.
Yeah.
That part.
I feel that.
What about you, Amiri?
Boyfriend, if you
Amiri's
hear
got
this,
one.
I do too, but I'm trying to think of which
It's
one
a
I'm
sad one,
Boyfriend.
but it's a happy one.
Okay, heard that.
And I got in trouble the other night because I was thinking about all my relationships before this one. So
That's
he knows
okay.
who he is. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna correct it.
Love
So
that.
Mother's Day. Okay, just to give you guys a little background. My mom passed away from drugs about almost 3 years ago this December. And his mom passed away with drug addiction as well. I don't spend Mother's Day with anybody. I seclude myself because I don't want to deal with those emotions. And that same day, I didn't think that I was going to see my person that I'm with right now. So I accepted it. I was like, oh, I'm just going to do stuff for myself. I'm going to buy myself my favorite meal, you know, like just pamper myself, make myself feel happy and comfortable, you know. And then he calls me up. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. He's like, I'm going to come pick you up. We're going to go somewhere. I was like, okay, all right, that's cool. So he picks me up and he's driving. We're driving. And I'm like, where are you taking me? Like, am I getting kidnapped right now? Like, what's going on? And he ended up taking me to Boulder City. And he said, well, I know that your mom's not in your life, my mom's not in my life, so I figured we could both share this moment together so that you're not alone by yourself. And I just thought that was the most sweetest thing that anyone has ever done for me.
It is.
Like, he didn't have to do that. He has his own family. He has kids. So I honestly thought he was going to spend it with his family. And I was okay with that and understanding of that. But he went out of his way to leave his family to make sure that I'm good. And it was so cute. We had a little picnic and we grabbed pizza and stuff, and now it's like our favorite pizza spot in Boulder City. It's like our thing now, just to get away. And it was just beautiful out there. The weather was perfect. We were having great conversations like we always do.
That's good.
And yeah, he definitely got points for that.
Brownie points.
Right. I don't know. I've had a lot of really good dates. Man, just thinking about it, I'm like, I don't know. You know, like how I always, every time I think about like my relationship, I'm just like, it's like Cupid. You know, like when you're stuck there and like your soul leaves your body. That's exactly how I'm feeling right now. I'm like, I don't know. I guess maybe like if I can't think of my favorite date right now, I'll just say like the time I got brownie points too was like one time, like 3 weeks before I was supposed to be done with school, I was like, I can't do math anymore. I'm like, I remember. I'm like, I'm done. I'm not gonna do this shit anymore. Like, I'm tired of school. I'm not about to do this shit. And I was really about to like drop my class, and I was like, there's no way that I can do this. But I really was like debating on doing it.
Homegirl was almost there.
Like literally 3 weeks
was
away.
like already.
And I was checked out, bro. Like I had one more test left, and I was like, I'm not about to do this.
Like,
and
nope,
so
you're gonna do this.
Yeah, literally all of them. They like were encouraging me to do it, and so like I would study all the time, but I would only study because my boo, my boy, he like encouraged me and like told me like, nah, you're about to get this degree and like boss the fuck up. You're about to be done. Why not just stick it out and spend your time, you know, that you're on your phone just studying? Like, why don't you just study and see, like, just try it for 3 weeks. That's all you have left, and see like how much it's gonna help you. And so I ended up doing it. I passed my math class, thank God. But one time after I was studying, he was like asking me like what I was doing, and I was like, oh, I'm probably just gonna go home. And he was like, okay, well, can I meet you? Like, maybe we can just go get something to eat or something. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, yeah, sure, I just studied, but I guess, like, I want to go home because I'm irritated that I spent 3 hours at the fucking library doing math equations. I'm like, no, bro. Like, and I was like, yeah, fine. Like, you can come and, you know, see what's up.
Yeah.
And then I was like, my car or your car? Like, when he got there, he parked next to me. I was like, mine or yours? And he was like, just come in mine. And then he rolled down the window, and he had like vase of flowers like in the cup holder, and then it had like a little note, and it was like, I'm really proud of like how much you've been studying, and like I'm really proud that you actually are taking the time in my advice to do this, and I know like you're gonna be cool. Like, this is not for anything aside from the fact that I know you've been stressed, and I want you to feel better. And like, I'm a sucker for flowers because those are like
Yeah.
flowers are like my
most
dream,
important
bro.
thing. Like, I think.
I love flowers. No, I really do. Like, and they make me like, I'm such a plant person, so I feel like they just make me feel so fucking good inside. But yeah, that was my cute time. So let's go on to this back to topic. Sorry, I got sidetracked here. But can girls have sex and then ghost after?
I mean, if guys can do it, girls can do it.
Anybody can do that shit. We can hit and split just
Right.
hit and
Like
split.
Sonic.
Hit it, split it, hit it.
Oh my gosh. Right. I think girls should have
It's
that
normal.
same right. Yeah. Would I do it? No.
What is it,
but
like Tinder?
Unless you deserve it.
That's what they use.
Tinder.
Tinder.
Yeah.
Tinder.
That's literally what it's
But I also think, like, when it comes to sex, like, tell me why. Is this true for you guys or not? Like, your body, for example, like your booty gets bigger when you're having good sex. Am I wrong?
I mean, I am getting a few pounds, y'all, in all the right motherfucking places, if you cannot tell.
That's what I mean. Like,
So,
when you have
to answer your
a
question,
lot of good sex, your body is like, yeah.
Don't you burn
like,
calories when you have
yes,
sex?
of course.
So like my calorie
It's
level.
a workout.
It is.
Increasingly,
People be like,
burning
you working
that
out? And I'm like, yeah, just not at the gym, but I'm working out. Like,
that shit's in the millions.
I know, they're like, the other day, my grandma's like, no, you look like you got taller. You're like, you know, you look really good. I'm like, I got stretched the fuck out. That's why.
Shit. And it's so funny because
my gosh.
my auntie doesn't like to work out, but she loves to preach.
auntie.
She's like, when she works out, she's like, if I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna have sex. That's her workout. Like, she's like,
okay,
sex,
I love
that's
that
my
auntie.
workout.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, auntie, get your shit. I'm like, work.
Right, go ahead,
Do that.
auntie.
Make that sweat.
You want to see some ass? I want to see some cash.
Like $10 popping, and that's gonna make me dance.
Okay, all right, this is the last question here. that I have personally, and that's from here. Do you guys believe in long distance relationships?
Oh man.
I've been in long distance relationships. I'm currently in a long distance relationship.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, okay.
But
Do they last?
No,
The one
just
before
in
this didn't. That's why I'm here. It really depends. Long distance relationships are all about trust, communication, understanding, availability, time.
Yeah, for sure.
That's really what it is. You know, if you really love that person, if you see yourself in the future with that person, you're gonna do whatever you need to do to make sure that that happens.
Yeah.
My previous past relationship, I did long distance for like a year and a half, maybe like 2 years. I did that shit for a long time. He would leave for like a year, he'll come back for like a month, and then go again. It really just depends on the person. What I can tell you before versus now is that the person is very different. It's not who I was before. My ex beforehand, he was like
No
long
good.
distance was not going to work. It's not going to work if there's no trust, communication, understanding, and
That's
time.
facts.
Exactly.
And I, at the time, didn't have time. Communication wasn't there. Understanding was out the fucking window.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, it just wasn't good. But
yeah.
now, where I'm at now, it's amazing. Like,
Right.
communication is on point.
Facts.
Understanding, time, like, I can't wait for him to give me a call.
Yeah.
I can't wait to talk to him. Like, I look forward to it, and it's not the end of the world for me. Like, I don't mind when you come back and I get to see you.
First of all, I'm like, let me just say, bro, I'm like the biggest fan. I'm like, so I like knew Kai like was gonna go on this date with him before they even like started.
Oh,
dating
yeah, I
and
was
stuff.
talking
And so
to her
now,
about
yeah,
that.
now like I'm like, oh my god, how cute! Like, you guys just had your anniversary. Like,
Yeah.
that's really beautiful.
1
to
year,
see.
it's amazing, me and my baby. And
Oh.
I'm gonna see him later. He'll be back in 6 months or so. Hopefully 6 months exactly or longer. He's in the military, so he's currently far away.
Yeah. I think
You know, working for the community.
long distance is like it's a touchy thing for a lot of people.
is,
I
it
feel
really
like
is.
because like people can also get caught up in long distance and like be somebody they're not, like when over text or calling or whatever. Like it's tough because sometimes you might think that person is somebody and they're really somebody else. And like once you guys are at the point where you're not in a long distance relationship anymore, like you're gonna come together and things are different, like that's how you know, like you're
Right.
like, damn, I don't think like this is gonna be for us, you know. Like if I come and visit you and you're acting hella sketch and different than how you were and you weren't
got a
treating me
problem.
how I was trying to be treated when we were on the phone, like then we're gonna have some problems.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
it doesn't, I don't know, I think
That communication.
yeah, it's a
and
trust.
depends
Like
on
it
the
really is
person.
a trust.
starts with communication.
The
Once
trust
you
and
break that
communication.
shit,
That's
then it
all
goes to
any
trust.
relationship.
Then it goes to trust.
But
So
like
it just-
also, yeah, not even relationships, like friendship too.
Friendships,
like,
too.
You have to have the trust and the communication and everything there, or else that shit is
And it's
not
like
gonna
that
work.
person needs to know that you're there for them.
Yeah.
Like that person really needs to know that you're there for them, because you're far away from each other and nothing is going to help you more than each other supporting each other, because you're both under the same boat.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Mango, what do you think
Yeah.
about long distance? I'm curious to see what you gotta say.
Honestly, if you want it to work and the other person wants it to work, you'll make
It'll
it
work.
Yeah.
If it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I know a lot of people, Kai included, that have successful long distance relationships. I know people, myself included, that have not successful long distance relationships. So
Absolutely. It depends.
if
goes
you
hand
want
in
it to
hand,
work,
yeah.
you'll make it work.
If it's meant to be, and that's like with anybody, like any relationship, like if you guys are willing to make it work with each other and you're willing to understand like each other and really getting to know people, I cannot stress this enough, get to know the person that you're with. Like don't be weird about it if they do shit that you're like kind of unfamiliar with, but like you're kind of cool with it because you care about them enough to be cool with it. So like learn that person and understand them, and then all of the trust, communication, the love, the romance, the
It'll be
sex,
so easy.
everything. It's like it will fall into place, and if it's meant to be, then it's meant to be. Like you're gonna find that person, and
Say
that
how
person,
you, say how you feel.
It
yeah.
starts with communication. Speak
Facts.
up.
And then
Shoot your shot,
understanding.
fool. Shoot your
Communicate and understand.
Yeah.
That's most important. Like, it's useless if you're just gonna keep talking to somebody and they're just not registering whatever's coming out of their
What's
mouth.
the end goal?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
If you're in a
Figure that out.
relationship,
Communicate
why
to
are you in that
understand.
relationship?
Right.
If it's just for physical, well, you can just
Make
have
it
one night stands.
You
Like,
could
you don't have
really-
to be on a mental, you know, like,
Connection,
yeah, you don't have to
understand.
like get to know that person if that's all you're thinking of
Right.
is physical.
Just make sure that they know that too.
Exactly.
Like, you know,
Communicate it.
don't
Let them
be,
know.
don't
Be
just have
clear.
that. Yeah, and like your back
Don't lead
pocket.
them on.
Right. That's the thing. Leading people
It
on.
doesn't make sense.
Why do people do that shit? I hate that
I
shit.
hate that shit.
People who lead other people on, it's just like, what are you doing it for? And like, actually let me know, because I would like to know, because I'm literally.
We need answers.
Like when you don't know what you want, but like you're telling other people that you might think you know what you want. Like, do you really know what you want, or are you just
are you a
like,
man or are you a little boy?
facts?
Are you a girl or are you a woman? Like,
Right.
They're two different things. They're two different things.
Long
So-
story short, you know what the fuck's going on.
Communicate that shit.
You know the
Communicate that
fucking
shit.
vibe.
Yes.
So I don't know why you playing,
Right.
because we're not childish like that.
Right.
That's a fact.
That
And I-
I'm here,
yeah.
baby.
So do you guys believe in right person, wrong time?
Yes.
I think.
Really?
Katy Perry said it.
So
The one
I
that got
don't.
away.
But I don't.
Oh,
That's so weird. I feel like if it's the right person, like I feel like everything happens for a reason. So I don't believe in right person, wrong time. Like it's gonna happen when it's meant to happen, you know. So that's why I'm kind of like,
It's that one's tricky.
Still go with that though, because it could
It
be
is
the right. It could be the right person and the wrong time, and still the right person. Because there's been so many times when I've come across people that I could have met so many other times before I actually like had some type of interaction with them. Like split hairs type of, we just walked past each other, never
Right.
said hello, we didn't even know type
Right.
of stuff. Same room at the same time, and we didn't even acknowledge each other, and now look at us.
Right.
So I do believe, yes, there is a right person. There could be the wrong time, and then, like you said, things happen for a reason.
And it'll
Things
come
are
together.
Yes,
Yeah.
it'll come together.
And that,
when
yeah,
it
that's,
does.
I guess that kind of fits into like, I believe in that too, like right person, wrong time, because people break up after 40 like years,
Yeah,
bro, and
mhm.
are just like going to do whatever they want, and then they realize like it's not what they want. And this generation, like a lot of people are like dating, and then you never think they're gonna break up, and then they break up and they're like, oh
They're
shit.
scared, so they come up with issues and come up with arguments for no reason. They
they're
don't have, right. They're damaged. They don't want to deal with their emotions. They don't want to talk about the things that they're going through with their partner. You should be able to do that with the person
Yeah,
you're with. If you
100%.
cannot talk to them about anything,
Don't
There's
walk
no
on
point.
eggshells, like walking on
don't do
eggshells.
it.
Yeah.
And a
It's
lot
not
of
gonna help
people-
anyone.
A lot of people nowadays, especially millennials, right now,
Fuck
like, they just
millennials,
fucking-
bro.
Jesus Christ.
I love them. We
We're
love them.
settling.
We are them.
We're
but damn.
settling.
Don't settle.
for it because we don't think we don't think of ourselves as worthy. That's the main issue with society today.
Yes.
Society. Seems
Yes,
like I've
we
heard
always
that word
come
before.
back to society.
Like,
Fuck
get your shit
society.
together.
Yes, literally. Like honestly, do not settle. I have personally learned. I
Don't
have
do it.
settled in my past. I really have, and I'm like, why the fuck did I do that? Like for what? Like why did I settle? Like if we could tell all the ladies out there anything, do not settle. Know your worth. You are awesome.
me.
Don't settle, please. Don't do it. It's not worth it. I promise
It's not.
you.
And I can
100%.
personally relate to that. And friends, family from Guam, I know you know my story, and I know you're gonna hear me
just
talking
put it
about
out
it.
there.
Disclosure for all of our families and people who know us personally. You're not in girl talk, so don't talk to me about this stuff, okay? I'm talking about it with my girls. So
Yeah.
Great.
Now that you know, this
We
does not
learned.
mean bring it up.
Right.
Exactly.
Don't exactly. We learned.
That was, it's in the past. We don't got time for that. Well, I can relate to it because I've had an ex, and he was like my first everything, you know, and I guess when it's your first boyfriend, first everything, it's like, you know, you're so dead stuck in like,
Yeah.
I'm in love.
You don't
this
wanna
is
lose
it.
that, yeah.
I don't want to lose this.
Yep.
This is forever. And I was so blinded by love that I didn't realize how toxic the relationship was.
Yep.
I was all the way to the point where I was engaged. So I told myself in my head that I'm okay with this. I see myself with this person, and I see myself settling with this person for the rest of my life, and I was totally okay with it. But in actuality, now that I'm older and I get to look back, and you know, reminisce and think about at the time and everything that happened, I can actually say that I'm so glad that I'm not engaged anymore. You know, I'm not with that person. You know, we're okay. You know, we've settled things and everything like that. But the relationship was just very, very toxic. And it's like when you come to a point when you're with someone and you've been together for so long, it's like things are already stuck in their ways, and some people don't want to change, and they're so used to it.
That's
so
like,
it's crazy. Like I've settled for things like that. I've settled for things like that, and I think about it all the time because of where I'm at now. I'm in such an amazing place.
Yeah, that's
nowadays.
exactly what I was about to say.
I think back and I reminisce, and I'm like, holy shit, I dodged a fucking bullet because I really could have been stuck with this guy. And I know for a fact that I would have been so miserable.
Don't do it. You're over here getting us emotional.
Because the relationship itself, I was already unhappy for the longest time. But I was so dead stuck on like, this is it. You know, he asked me to marry him. I said yes. So since I already said yes, I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna turn back. Like I'm gonna stick to it.
Oh, Mary's crying.
It happened.
She can relate.
But that's like what. I feel like,
but it's because you believe, you believe,
you know your worth,
and you know your worth. So when you feel like someone does something so serious, like proposing to you, you feel like that person's reached everything that you wanted, like to be married, to have a family, all of that. Like they want you, they've settled for you. So you're going to believe, since he wants me, then I want him too, and I'm so dead stuck on it, and that's how everything is gonna be.
Dang.
That's crazy.
Shit's crazy.
No, it is, and I feel like tying into this too. It's like back when we said those right or wrong people like make you what you are. Like you 100%. Are not the woman that we all are today, right now at 8:01 on July 9th. Okay, like we are all becoming people. We're still becoming like young women, and that's why, like, I guess that does tie into also like why we're doing this and like celebrating this as like such a big thing, because we're emotional, but we're also bad bitches, but like we also just love to have a good time, and we've all just been through a lot, like personally and also just as a whole, as a unit. Like we're still like kind of new to each other almost, even though we've been friends for a long time. Like working together, we're
still
all
seeing each
trying
other
to figure
grow,
it out.
I think. Like we're each individually, like she's emotional. We all know why she's emotional. Like we're each seeing each other grow into like these women. And like one thing that I've said to a certain someone before recently is that like, you guys have made me like a whole other person, and I'm not trying to get cheesy. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying like I have found self-worth because I've been around each and every one of you. Like each and every one of you have taught me something that like no other person on this planet can teach me, like individually. Like
that's what I
Mango
said,
has taught me
earlier.
something, Kai has taught me something, you have taught me something, you have taught me something, and I have learned to really love myself because I have you guys as friends. And I'm so serious when I say that. Like it's crazy.
That's why it's like another wire, like how I was telling you guys, like she brings out me like in some type of way, you do, like you make me feel some type of way. You are like, oh my god, me and Anna are like, bro, like literal freaking, we're like
for sure
connected at the head, and then like me and Kai were just always on like good vibes, and it's like each one of you really
it's
does
like the
play a
root
good part.
to our own tree.
Crow
talk tree, we're the roots,
and it intertwines.
And we have our own crow talk tree,
so
and
we
it's
have so much fun
and
together.
It's
we really do.
That's why we're doing this, because we want to bring the fun to you guys.
And like we want, like how we said before, if you really have listened to like our first episode, I actually had a friend yesterday who was like, oh, I started listening to your podcast. I was like, hell yeah, that's right, go ahead and listen to it then, because I'm really excited. Like I feel like this is a new chapter for us, and like we've talked about it before in our previous episodes, but it's like we're really trying to do something for not only us, like we want to succeed, but like really the main part of it is for us to be able to connect with other like young ladies, because all of us are doing or men too.
We want to help the men out. We want to help you
guys. Sorry,
them, it, whatever you want to call you.
We're open to it all.
Works for you.
There's 5
we
of
are
us.
all inclusive.
Facts.
We care about all colors of the rainbow.
We do care about all colors. You know what I was trying to say. If you're here, you know, and if you listen to our last couple episodes, you know how I'm already feeling about it. So I don't need to explain myself. However, I do just like, I really just wish you guys like all the best. Like all of us as individuals and as a whole, like we might not be connected with certain items at certain times, and like things are not always like smooth and whatever, but I really do love you guys, and I feel like this started off of something so natural and pure that like I really do, bro, and like this is super exciting. Oh, okay, come on.
Hey, don't touch me.
I love you guys.
Fun. That's why this episode is here. Like we want to have fun with you guys. We want to be deep with you guys. Like just be safe. Like spread the love, positivity. That's all we're trying to do because there's a lot of hate in this world.
Stay safe, but stay dangerous.
Right.
Yeah. Ooh.
Also, since this episode is about like you know getting all intimate and whatever, be safe. Also, when you are doing your do and having your romance time and intimacy with that person that you love, be safe.
Know each other's health habits. Know each other's health habits. Be upfront with each other about what it is that you got going on. Please.
I think when you're comfortable and open, it makes the sex a lot better. Have you guys ever had awkward sex? Where it's like it's happening and you're like, I just don't feel like. But when you're comfortable with the person, the sky is the motherfucking limit.
Porn star up in that bitch.
Yes.
Motherfucking porn star. Playboy bunny.
Okay, like when you're comfortable, I feel like you can just do anything and everything with that person, and it's just gonna be great no matter what it is.
It's amazing.
So be sure you're comfortable with the person, know the other person, what they like, okay, and make sure y'all are on the same page, and you will have great sex. I promise.
No glove, no love.
Love it. Love
No,
it.
I do.
It's
I
important.
Really, I
It's
think
very important.
like this episode is gonna show a lot about how we are, because like people don't really know like this side of me too, and so like before we started this, I was telling them like, is my hair okay? I had never done this before. Sean brought out this light. I'm like, this is getting real big time in here, and like I'm usually just letting the music do it for me. So like now that I'm talking with my own brain and my own ideas, like, but this is what I wanted. Like this was a goal of mine this year, to like be more open.
She missed her mouth.
And to have more people. And to have more people.
It never does. It never does.
To have more people like understand.
It's cool,
so
it's cool.
Sometimes gotta slurp.
What was I going to say? I forgot. They're in their own world, so I'm just gonna say,
oh my gosh.
Thank you guys for watching. Seriously, like we really appreciate you guys for taking the time to like really watch us and to do this. If you lasted this long, that's what's up. If you skimmed through, that's also what's up.
It's okay.
Like, subscribe, hit us up on Instagram, CurlTalk5.
Feedback. Let us know what you thought. Did we answer your question?
Yes, comment.
You guys like our answers?
If you have more, if you want like to know more, I guess, not even on the topic of sex, like anything, bro.
Literally.
And also for everybody who sent us questions in our sex poll, thank you. But also you skipped our regular poll. We got more comments and questions in our sex poll than we did with our other ones. So come on, we see you guys too.
Step it up.
We want to see what's up. We can't just. Well, of course. And I was like, oh, let me check the poll. And I checked. Oh, nothing. And this one when she's like, anything.